Hello, welcome to the channel again. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos of this nature. The question of the day is, can a person get fat from eating fruit? It's a bit of a controversial question. Personally, I don't think if people gain weight it is ever anything to do with fruit. And if you see obese people or talk to them or look at their diet, it's very unlikely that fruit is ever a big part of their diet. In fact, it's probably more likely that fruit is something that they avoid unless it's in some kind of processed form. So it's unlikely that fruit is really a big cause for anyone that is fat. But is it possible that you could use fruit as a way of gaining weight? Pardon me. Well, there's a few funny things that go into this question. And the first thing is that when you were growing up, you were told probably not to eat sweets before the meal because it would ruin your appetite. So when you eat food that's sweet, such as fruit, your appetite is, for want of a better word, ruined, satisfied. It switches off the desire to eat more and more and more. And the problem with people putting on weight is they eat food that doesn't really satisfy them, that makes them want to eat more and more and more and more. And there's a lot of foods that have been designed in that way, and they have elements added to them to make them very moreish, all sorts of snack foods. So fruit doesn't work like that in our body and in our taste buds. We actually tend to undereat on fruit, and most people aren't very excited by fruit, apart from the people that really try and commit to it as a lifestyle. There's been some people that have done 100% fruit or mostly fruit diet or a 80-10-10 raw vegan diet that have said that they put on weight when they did it. Some of these people claim that they overate or purposefully overate, or they were just following the advice of certain people to eat a lot and they ended up gaining weight. My opinion and my true belief is that most of these people, pardon me, I'm going to sneeze again. Nearly sneezed. Sorry. My true belief is that most of these people are probably not being 100% honest, or probably not being 100% accurate with what they're saying. And some of these people are people that I've known in the past and so on and met, and everyone says that they're very, trustworthy and a good reliable source and all the rest of it. I don't really believe any source when it comes to diet unless I've seen it. And the reason for that is that I've been around enough people who have told me that they eat one way and in reality they eat another way. And that happens all the time. That happens especially with people who are doing a raw vegan diet and 80-10-10. A lot of people can eat a lot of fruit, but they're eating a lot of other things at the same time. So I believe it might be possible to gain some weight, but to really get fat eating fruit, you'd have to be consistently eating a very large amount. It's more likely that the person's eating a large amount of fruit, and on top of that they're eating something else. And that could be nuts, it could be oils, it could be processed food, it could be cooked food, it could be all sorts of other things. So I personally think it is the best diet for weight loss, absolutely. But even just the best thing for weight loss is start to introduce more fruits and vegetables into your diet, whatever diet you do. More fruits and vegetables, they're less calorie dense than the other foods you're eating, and they really help to reduce the amount of unnecessary calories you're taking in. So that's how I feel about that. I also think a lot of fruit is not as doesn't have as much calories as people think. They think they're getting a lot of sugar. They think they're eating fruit and it's very sweet. But there's actually chemicals in fruit that make it appear sweeter than it actually is, which is quite an unusual thing to note. So you think that the fruit's very sweet, has a lot of sugar in it. Turns out that the sugar content isn't as much as you might have expected. So fruit to me is not, it's certainly not a food that makes people get fat. If you've had another experience of that, or if you believe something else, please write a comment below. Ask me another question, and I'd love to hear more from you. If you want to learn a bit more about this lifestyle and everything else and follow my journey, you can subscribe to this channel. And I'd also let you know that we have a fruit festival going on this year in the UK called the UK Fruit Fest. And you can learn more about that by clicking in the link in the box below. So thanks a lot for following this, and hope to hear from you soon. Bye.